Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton again, and today I'm going to give you a rookie walkthrough to the summer major tournament, okay? So we did a minus 13 today. That's okay. You know, it's not the greatest score in the world, but I only took one account to rookie this week. I only did 1 day qualifying yesterday, and I feel pretty confident that we're going to push this up to a minus 15 with a possible minus 16. And I really think this is going to be a tournament that, as a community of people who watch this, that we can go out here and win together. And, and I'll explain how we're going to do that here in just a minute. But a couple things. If you find this video helpful, if you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button. We just cracked 750, so help me get to 800, please. And then secondly, if you're feeling generous, please donate to my channel. If you find these videos helpful, if it helps you get a good spot in your final round, I really spend a lot of time on these, and I try to make my videos as human as possible, not robotic, something that you can actually follow, and something that is going to help you become a better player and teach you more about the game. So, we had a couple donations come through last week. Thank you very much. And if you want to do that, for me, then you can find out how to do so in the comment section. Thank you very much. So we're going to hop into the replays here in just a minute. And, like I said, only a minus 13, not a huge score. But if you take a look at this tournament, there are a lot of people struggling. You're seeing some of the par threes, people getting stuck in the rough, in the sand. Same thing on a few of the par fours. And the par fives are unforgiving if you hit rough. So, although to me this course is not difficult, it can be pretty technical to keep yourself out of a bad situation. So let's go into hole number one. So hole number one is going to be, it's a par four. Now I'm going to show you the best way I think of playing this, and I do think this is a very consistent eagle for us. The first thing is, on both shots, we're going to be using 10% elevation, and we're going to be using a Titan ball on this hole. And I want you to go max top spin, max left spin, and then I want you to adjust 10% and then push your rings back up to max. So let's see what I'm talking about. So really what I'm doing here for the most part is I'll end up aiming between these two sands. I'm just pushing my ball guideline up to see, where I'm going to be landing at the end. But you see me move it over here to the middle. And you don't want to just take that shot right there without adjusting your rings, because you're going to go too far right. So you want to adjust 10% here. And then flip the camera around and just push your rings straight back up until you get back into max distance. And you're seeing here, I am going basically full overpower. That's very important, full overpower to get the distance. My dog just came running in here like crazy. She's got a buzz going on. And you'll see we get almost 400 yards on this drive. Now, not that that's really important, because shot number two, you're going to be taking with your long iron no matter what. And on this one, again, I want to go 10%, and I really want you to use heavy backspin, especially with the Goliath, because I feel like that gives you really good ball control, and we can push our landing spot up close to the hole, which gives us less variance from when our landing spot, like when the ball touches down, to where it has to travel to the hole. And you're going to see here, I'm just kind of testing to see what I'm at, but I play this one mid-distance, and I go 3.75 backspin. And as you can see, I'm really just aiming right into the hole with that last bounce just before the pin. Perfect ball, always crucial. But you can see here, we get great speed and we hit the pin. So we're dead center of the cup. And that was yesterday. And the same thing today. So same shot. This shows a katana. Just keep in mind that some of the Golf Clash replays are screwed up. This was actually taken with a Titan ball. But you see the same thing here, 3.75 back. I'm aiming directly at the pin. I'm going to adjust 10% at medium distance of my Goliath. Another perfect ball. And again, we sneak into the cup there. So that's hole number one. I think it's a really, really good eagle hole for us, and you're not going to see a lot of opponents getting an eagle. So that's going to be a huge advantage when we hunt down to win this thing. Okay, we're going to talk about hole number two for a second. So hole number two, there's a couple different ways you can play. There is a rough bump on this hole at the top of the sand. But the thing is, you know, especially if you're not a really skilled player, if you miss the rough bump, like if you hit a great shot, you're actually going to hit the fairway and you're going to bounce way past the hole into the rough there. So yesterday, I took this shot twice. I took one of my pro accounts and tried to go rookie just to get some good replays for you guys, but then I took that one pro today. But I hit the rough bump, and I barely missed the pin for a hole-in-one. So there's a really good line there. But when I took it the second time yesterday, I hit a great shot, and I did exactly what I'm talking about. So we're not going to put the rough bump in this video, but there is one there. We're going to play this shot. Now, remember, I only had one attempt at this hole today. So here's what you're going to do, and this is going to be a guaranteed birdie. Only thing I want you to do is just fix what I did wrong here. I want you to start off with going max right side spin and then just getting your ball guideline to drop down into the hole, okay? But the biggest thing is adjust this one at 10% with mid-distance of your sniper. And you'll see here that even with a perfect ball, I'm nowhere close because I didn't really get an opportunity to dial this in. But what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to go full max right side spin, and then I'm going to visualize the ball dropping down into the hole since you don't get a full ball guideline into the hole. But tinker around with that shot, and that'll be really simple. And if you guys get some hole-in-ones on it, send it to me for sure. And, you know, I might make an updated rookie video with some of your guys' shots in it. And same thing for me. Subscribe to my channel and hit the, you know, notification button, because if I do find some extra drops in the next round or two, I typically update a video and put it out there, especially for rookie. Okay, hole number three is really simple and really straightforward. We have to eagle this hole. It's a par 5. You always want to eagle the hole. But we're going to be going a big topper here. And we're going to go 10% elevation. And you can see here that I'm going on the right-hand side of the fairway. But you don't have to adjust rings or anything because we're getting basically a straight north tailwind. So you're just going to go full top spin, full right side spin with a big topper and full overpower, and just blast this thing up as far as the fairway as you can. Now, for shot number 2, you need to know yourself. If you have a sniper that's at least level 8, you can play the second shot with a sniper. If you don't, you're going to need to use your big dog. That's going to be very important. But I want you to know, shot number 2, you need to play at 20% elevation, because if you don't, you could roll your second shot past the green into like the fringe area. It shouldn't go into the rough, but no problem. You're going to see a lot of people birdie this hole. A lot of birdies are going to be on this par 5. You got to get the eagle, and that's going to be great. So let me show you what to do here. You want to go on the right-hand side, and you want to use spin until you get that ball guideline. Look at that ball guideline. Look how nice that is. It shows it in the middle of the green, and it's sloping down to the left. That's perfect. That's exactly what you're looking for. We make our adjustment, and we get ourselves a perfect ball. And you see there, I went onto the fringe, but that's okay. That's an easy shot, and I adjusted that one yesterday at 0%. So here's my shot today, and I went ahead and went 20% on this one, just to see if I could slow it down a little bit. So we got the same ball guideline. And with that 20% adjustment, we were able to stay on the green and give us an easy putt for the eagle. Now, there's a couple different things that we could do here. I would keep the shot the exact same, but I will add like a quarter of a ball of left curl moving forward. But if you don't want to do that, you just saw that you can easily get this. And this is the chip-in shot. So if you're wondering what the shot looks like from the fringe, this is a pretty straightforward shot. Even hit a great ball, and it still went in there. So like I said, if you roll to the fringe, you're in no trouble of getting the eagle. But pick up this eagle, everybody, because you're going to see a lot of people get a birdie for sure. Hole number 4. This one I'm really frustrated on. Not because it's hard, because it should be a pretty easy eagle, especially with a straightforward rough bump. Here's what I want you to know. We're going to be using a navigator. Now, you don't need to use any other ball because you don't need power on this hole. As a matter of fact, a more powerful ball like a Katana, a Titan, or a Kingmaker could end up getting you rolling into the rough. No matter what extra mile you have, so like I only have a 7 on this account, but if you have an 8, you're going to have 6 bars of top spin. I don't want you to go that much. I want you to go 4.5 top with 1 bar of right spin, which is max right spin for a navigator. And you're going to play this first shot at 10% elevation with the white ring right there up on the rough line. And as you can see, I didn't use any overpower or anything like that. Yeah, but we're not too close to the rough, but we're close enough. That's why I'm saying don't use a powerful ball, because you don't want to roll into the rough. If you do roll into the rough, you're still going to have a very easy backspin Nirvana shot to land on the green, and you're going to get your birdie. But this is one that we want to end up getting the eagle on. And I'm going to kick myself in my ass because freaking 3 shots on this hole, and I hit it great every single time. But anyways, we're going to be putting our sniper up here. And as you can see, I'm aiming right into the cup, and I'm even using a little bit of backspin. Now, I'm going to end up playing this one at 5% elevation at minimum distance of my sniper. I hit great right. I hit 2 great lefts yesterday. But as you can see, the speed is really good, so I used 1 bar of backspin. And if I didn't hit a great right, who knows what would have happened, but it would probably went into the hole because a great right shot made us miss barely right. So a perfect shot probably puts us right into the hole. So let's pick that one up. That should be a pretty good eagle opportunity for us. And again, you're not going to see a lot of opponents get the eagle on that hole. Okay, hole number 5. So here's what you want to do. Hole number 5, we're going to be using 10% elevation and a navigator ball. This is a situation, again, everybody, to where you don't want to use like a Kingmaker, a Titan, a Katana. You don't need the power in order to pull off this shot. All you need is a navigator. A navigator is a really good ball for rookie par 3s because you get a wind resistance 2 and a power 1. You don't need a powerful ball to line up your shot on rookie par 3s. But as you can see here, we're going to go dead center of the cup. And this shot was sent to me by somebody in my clan because I didn't drop this shot yet. But I'm using, I have a sniper 10, so the ball guideline looks a little bit different. But either way, we're playing it the exact same way. 10% elevation. And you can see the ball snuck into the hole there. So that's a really good opportunity for a hole-in-one. I think this is going to be our best opportunity for a hole-in-one. But if you want to know what the ball guideline looks like on a Sniper 10, here you go. Now for me, whenever I hit this, I missed just barely to the right of the pin. As a matter of fact, it actually rolled around the cup. So you all know how painful that is. But it's a really good line. It's a really good shot. And you're just going to end up playing it, like I said, 10% elevation, navigator ball, and then max distance of your club. But that's what the ball guideline looks like on a Sniper 10. Like I said, I just rolled the cup. Okay. So let's talk about this hole. I'm going to show you something that I don't normally show too often in a rookie playthrough, and we're going to go for a power slice shot. So this particular hole used to be on Tour 6, and if anybody knows me, I played Tour 6 like probably 2,000 games in a row just to build my bankroll up because I wanted to skip Tour 7 and go directly to Tour 8. So I got very familiar with this shot. What you're going to do is take out a katana and your extra mile, and we're going to go 4.5 top spin, full right spin, and what I want you to pay attention to is this pink bush right here. See how I'm aiming right at the pink bush? Move it over to the right a tad. Okay, so let's pause it right there. Look at my yellow ring. Or you can even look at the red ring. See how the pink bush, the base of the pink bush is right in the middle of the red ring? That's a great reference point for you to use. From there, full overpower, as much curl to the right as possible, and then make sure your needle is all the way over to the right. So I'll show you this one again. And you're going to have a couple different landing zones you might land in. So there we land on the fairway. Okay, that's good. So you land in the fairway. Here's what shot number 2 looks like. These trees are going to get in your way sometimes, but that's okay. Just use backspin and right spin. So see that? See backspin, right spin? And see how my ball guideline's on the green? Just make sure that your ball guideline is not broken up by the trees when you take this shot. And just use a whole bunch of right curl. And that'll get you really close, just like that, okay? This is an easy eagle, but again, you're going to see a lot of opponents screw this hole up and birdie it. So make sure you get the eagle. So here's that shot again. This is me taking the shot today. But again, just kind of look at this pink bush and look where I'm lining up my target. So this time the pink bush isn't dead center of the red ring, but it's close enough. It's still in the red ring. Full overpower, full right curl, full right slice. And you can see we're getting this fairway hop very consistently. And this time we roll into the rough. But again, that's not a big deal. We're so close that the eagle is easy. All right. So here we go again. So again, you know, if you find yourself in the rough, use backspin, use full right spin. And then from here, just make sure your ball guideline isn't broken up by the trees. Make sure it's fully developed in yellow. And again, we're just using right curl. And we almost sneak it in there for an albatross. So that's how you dominate that hole, and that's how you're going to pick up a guaranteed eagle. So watch that drive a couple times if you're not familiar with taking shots like that, and give it a shot. It's a fun shot, and you should do really well with it. All right. Hole number, what is this, 7? Katana ball, full top, full right. You can see here, I'm going to end up aiming with my orange ring kind of in the corner of this fairway area where the fairway meets the rough line. Both shots are at 10% elevation. Might want to use a little bit of overpower because we came really close to clipping the rough. So take a look at that. Look where we bounce down at. That's really close to clipping the rough. So we might want to use a little bit of overpower, but not a whole lot on this hole. But regardless, you know, we want to set shot up number 2 with 10% elevation. And this is just going to be just like hole number 1, where we're going to use backspin and we're going to aim at the cup. And then I'm going to show you this shot, and then we're going to talk about how to get it to fall. So as you can see here, I'm going to settle around 3.5 bars of backspin. And notice I'm aiming, you know, almost dead center of pin. I'm using mid-distance again. Mid-distance is my Goliath. Now you can use Goliath and you can use backbone, you know, whatever long iron you're comfortable with. I just like the Goliath. Okay, so we barely missed to the left. Okay, whatever. Shoot. So we barely missed to the left. I wanted to go back and kind of pause it here in a second. So if you're playing the same shot as me, everybody, if you're going to go this route, look where we're aiming right here. So we're aiming, okay, look at the hole. The hole is in the light green dark patch. My ball guideline is in the dark green patch, almost to the corner where the dark green meets the light green. I hope you can follow that, or at least that makes sense. What I am going to do moving forward is I'm going to move this up to the right, because if I move it up to the right, so basically aim on the right-hand side of the cup instead of dead center, it should line me out a little bit, because you can see when we hit this ball here, look at this. The speed is good. So right there, if this ball is at the cup, it's going to fall for an eagle. But look how we just barely miss. All we need to do is move our target up to the right a little bit, and that'll be an eagle. Now, they changed this hole around. I will show you an advanced shot on this. There used to be a rough bump on this hole, and I didn't realize they took the rough bump out of this hole. Well, it used to be like a straightforward rough bump, and I used to drop it all the time in one-on-one play. So look at this shot that I was messing around with yesterday. As you can see here, I'm going to end up going all the way down to this little fairway and bouncing over. So I used 10% elevation, and I used mid-distance of my extra mile. So we can just skip for the drive here, easy drive. Now, there used to be a really good rough bump here, but as you can see, I think they moved the pin back, and there's a big slope on the green now that didn't used to be there. But check this out. You can still do the rough bump, but it's just a little bit of a weird ball guideline because of how crazy the slope greens, or the green slopes, geez. But check this out. So look at my ball guideline here. I've got it going to the pin, but you can see how extended it is because of the slope. But again, this was just yesterday during qualifying, and I was just kind of seeing if this would be a good shot. And I did play this one 10% too. But we like the speed of the shot, and it was dead center. So I don't know which way I want to go. And I just wanted to show it to you, to everybody watching, to let you know there are 2 shots out there. Now that second shot, obviously more risky, okay? If you don't want to go for the risk, then take it the first way I played it. And I think I'm going to go the first way I played it, because I'm pretty confident we can get that shot to drop for an eagle. And that rough bump I just did, I don't know how, you know, if that's going to be able to duplicate from round to round to round. But it's a pretty good shot, regardless. And so here was today. Oh, this is the same shot. Never mind. Okay, hole number 8. Whew, hole number 8 is tearing people apart. You're seeing people go in the sand. I'm seeing people like in the rough. People always struggle on this hole. Not everybody, you know, but it does get a lot of players. But anyways, we're going to get a hole-in-one on it, and I'm going to show you how because we're really stinking close already. But I want you to use a Quasar ball. I hate a Quasar ball. I hardly ever use it. Here's what I know. One top spin is perfect. And you can see here, I'm going one top spin and about half a bar of left side spin. Now take a look at the ball guideline here. Let's see how I'm almost dead center, but just to the right a little bit. You know, so this is a good shot for qualifying to kind of see where you're at. But we are going to pull 10% elevation, and we're going to pull this one at mid-distance of our sniper. So 10%, and I pulled it mid-distance. And we're really close. So, you know, I don't have a team that works for me. I'm not like the big streamers who have a whole team that submit shots to them. So here's what we can try together as a community here, is we can try to add a little bit more left spin and see if that lines us out. Or we can try to move our ball guideline to the left side of the cup, or maybe even not in the cup, maybe where the ball guideline touches the left side of the cup, and see if that lines us out. But use the same 10% and mid-distance of the club. Hole number 9, the last hole. We'll talk about it for a second. This is another hole that is just slaying people. I've seen people in the rough. I've seen people drive sand. In fact, every opponent that I've played so far has birdied this hole, and I'm going to show you how to get an eagle on it. You need to know your own clubs, number one. We need to use a berserker. If you don't have a berserker, then you're going to have to use a titan. Okay, if you have to use a titan, you're probably going to have to go with a big dog on the second shot. If you have a sniper, level 8, and if you have a berserker, then I would go big topper, sniper. If you don't, I would go big topper, big dog. Very important to know. We're playing the first shot 10% elevation. We're playing the second shot no elevation. Big topper. Anytime we use it, we're always going max top spin. That's the only reason why we use this club. The accuracy on this club sucks. Okay? Make sure you don't screw up this drive, because, again, we're going almost max overpower. We hit ourselves a great shot, but as you can see here, you know, not too risky of a room for error. The thing that you don't want to do is hit the ball too far on the right-hand side and get trees stuck in your way for shot number 2. But here's shot number 2. As you can see, I've got a sniper 10. Even with the power 5 ball, I have to use a little bit of top spin to get to the green. Here's what you need to know when you attempt this shot is, look at my ball guideline right now. Look how it's on the fringe. That is done on purpose, because if you put too much topspin on this ball, you could roll way off the green because of how far down the green slopes. But I'm adjusting this one really 1 for 1. The wind is 3.7, so I adjust 3.7 rings. I use a baby amount of left curl. Don't go heavy with the left curl and get yourself put into this rough. But as you can see, we stopped for an easy eagle. I'm not playing this hole for an albatross. I'm playing this hole for an eagle because a lot of people are going to birdie it. Anyways, there is the path to the minus 13 so far. So to recap, hole number 1, that was an easy eagle, in my opinion. Hole number 2 is the max side spin shot with a katana or the rough bump. That's going to be a guaranteed birdie, especially if we go the max right spin with the katana. You can't mess that shot up. Hole number 3 is a par 5 that a lot of people are messing up. That's a guaranteed eagle for us. Hole number 4, that's going to be a rough bump, really good eagle opportunity. Hole number 5 is the hole-in-one that I showed you. Hole number 6 is the power slice shot. That's a guaranteed eagle for us. Hole number 7, that's the one I showed you 2 ways to play it. The first way, we need to move our target on the second shot to the right of the pin, or you can play the rough bump, which is a really crazy shot. Hole number 8, that's that par 3 that we barely missed to the right. And then hole number 9 is the one we just showed you there with the big topper. I do feel like we can get to a minus 30 in this tournament. I really feel comfortable with that number, especially if we work together as a Golf Clash community here. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching, everybody.